This is Mom's mower. It's a Husqvarna with a Honda motor. She's had it for about 4 years, I guess. And yesterday I was trying to mow and hit a high spot and messed up the blade. And it also bent the shaft on the motor. So we got a new mower on the engine. Sorry, not the motor. And this is the engine that we got. I do the mowing. This is a Ryobi 40 volt cordless, rechargeable lithium, and this is how it's storage mode, I guess. Then you just lay it down. It actually has two height adjustments here, two holes for shorter or taller people. And then you come up here and this telescopes out. Something I found cool was this is where the battery goes, and this is storage for a spare battery. It only comes with one, but it's cool that it can have two on board. This is the battery and charger. It's less than 50%. I plugged this in about an hour and a half ago. Hour and 15 minutes. It says it takes 3.5 hours to charge. I'm not going to mow yet. I just trimmed and I'm dripping sweat. I had to go to the dump this morning and we picked up the mower and did a few things, and it's about 1 o'clock and high humidity and 90 some degrees, so I'll mow later. But I've known about these for a while, but I'm really impressed with this mower. It just works. Else here to fold this is the height adjustment, and it's a single point height adjustment, so you just put it where you want it. But to fold down the handle you have to have it in the lowest setting. And it's showing the 40 volt lithium with 8 tools, 2 chainsaws, a snowblower, a tiller, a weed trimmer, a blower, and the mower. Might have to look into some of those as well. The tiller and the trimmer and the blower, at least. I already have a 12 volt saw, and there's no snow here, but just things to think about. I prefer being less pollutant, and I actually could probably charge this off solar panels that I've got, so you never know what'll happen. The camera isn't really seeing the decibel meter. However, this is right about 50 decibel. Had a car go by that was louder. It's too loud to do at night, but it's still pretty good. I'm going to get back to mowing. This is only a 20-inch, not a 22-inch like the other one. However, it goes a lot faster. Where the other one, I felt like I was pushing it. And the bag, it's taller, it's deeper from top to bottom. And so when the other one would be full already because it wasn't as tall, this one's not full. Even though I dump it, it's not full. Gets heavier because of that. And when it starts getting heavy, the self-propelled part slows down. But I'm liking this mower. I'm actually quite impressed. I like the whole green issue, the electric. To use electric that was powered artificially. I'll have to check the charger for this and see if I can use my solar panels to charge it. But I've only got a pure sine wave inverter that goes to, I think it's 150 watts continuous. But if it's less than 150 watts, I can charge this on the battery on the solar. I've got to say I'm impressed. This is doing a really good job, and the battery is still at 50+%. I've got 2 lights of the 4 on, and I'm almost done. I'm definitely liking this mower, and I'd much rather have the cordless electric than gas or a corded electric. I've got to admit, I'm impressed. This mower, for being a rechargeable electric, it did a fine job. This is actually where I crossed over between the gas on the edge and the electric. There, might have to go over that again. But I'm impressed. This did a fine job. I should have weed eated that first. I didn't do it. But yeah, I have no complaints. It actually can outrun me. So it can go faster than me. I did know it kind of slows down when the bag gets fuller. So it does do that. I'm going to take it around front and do that edge. Well, I prefer it powered. I can push it. The gas one is too heavy for me to push since my heart attack without having it running. And this one I can run. So like I said, I am impressed. I've actually been impressed for a long time. I've heard about them and I've been interested. And like I said, now that I've actually used one, I am impressed with this rechargeable electric lawnmower. This section here I'd done with the other mower. It's maybe 15 by 30 with this little angle on the corner. I did it, and I'd done all the way around the border to right here where it bent the shaft, hitting something right in this area. This one I've got over several areas. Again, I think I've done equivalent to the whole yard. And still 50% plus on this battery. So I'm impressed. And I think if it were mulching, it might even do a little bit better because the weight of the bag adds to the load on the motor for the self-propelled part. But like I said, I'm pretty much impressed with the power and the battery on this mower. It's good. I'm like I said, it's something that to me is to me this is definitely a good tool. It's just impressive, and there it is right there. I have to lift this with my right arm. And there it is in the shed. Definitely small storage. And I did mulch coming around the back, even without the mulching insert in. And it's fairly clean still inside. Like I said, I'm impressed. I thought I would be, but I didn't think I'd be as impressed as I am. That's a 5 amp hour battery. Typically with the 22-inch deck mower, it takes about 30 to 40 minutes to mow this lawn. 20-inch probably takes, oh, I don't know, 40 to 45. So it's doing good if it's still, if that battery is indeed at 50% plus, having 2 of the 4 lights on. So I'm liking that. If you had 2 batteries fully charged, you could probably mow for 2 to 3 hours with that mower. This yard is pretty wet. I had it on the third setting on the length. I'd already partially, like I said, this area right here, and it might be, I don't know, 15 by 30. There's a lot of dead here due to these trees shading. It doesn't grow well. It takes both sun and water for grass to grow, and this is getting plenty of water but not getting the sun. But like I said, I'm indeed quite impressed with this Ryobi cordless electric lawnmower, the 40 volt, and I would definitely on my own look into the tiller, the small tiller, and the weed eater, and maybe even one of the blower and one of the chainsaws. I already have a 12 volt Ryobi chainsaw, but I think the 40 volt, mine's a 10 inch, but I think the 40 volt, it goes 12 or 14 inch bar. And I'm impressed. The batteries are doing well. And like I said, I would consider some of the other 40 volt tools. I do like the 18 volt tools, and the amount of them that can be used with that same battery, whether it's hand tools or yard tools or whatever the case may be. But like I said, I am impressed. I was impressed when I took it out of the box, and I'm even more impressed now that it's done. It did a really good job. It's quiet. I usually feel like I need to have earplugs on or sound dampening headphones on. The passive ones that don't have a battery, just insulation. And this one, the cars going by on the road are 15 or 20 decibels higher than the noise coming off the mower. It's about 48 to 50 decibels, and just traffic was 60 to 75 decibels. About 65 average. A diesel was close to 80, diesel truck that went by, pickup. And so, I mean, this is a quiet thing. It cuts well. It actually came with 2 blades, one on it and another one in with it. So, I mean, this is definitely a tool that, to me, is worth. And because for a homeowner's tool, gas, it gums up carburetors. You've got to worry about oil, everything else. And with the electric, using it once a week, you don't have to worry about that. You just have to worry about your batteries. And with the lithiums, you don't have as much of a worry as you do with a lot of other things. So I'm really impressed. Like I said, it did a good job. I'm loving it. The only thing is I had to get used to the rear drive instead of the front drive. It did sometimes pull away from me. I had to get used to the speed. but it works. It did a really good job. I'm happy with it. Here is the charger for the battery on the lawnmower, and 120 volt, 60 hertz, 72 watts. So that means that my pure sine wave inverter that I've got that's 150 continuous would do 2 of these. So the 12 volt runs at 85 watts. Actually, it takes more power to charge the 18 volt than it does to charge the 40 volt. Imagine that. So yeah, this will charge, either one of these would charge one at a time on that 150 watt inverter on my solar panels. 3.5 hours at 72 watts. It would be equivalent to about 5 hours at 45 watts that my solar panels do. So it would easily do this battery for the 40 volt lawnmower battery.